So I think so far we have two organizations on the call with us. So Greg, you're from Pro Impact. Do you want to say a little bit about your organization for Kyle here?
Sure. Hi, Kyle. Pro Impact Project, a brand new nonprofit organization, got 501c3 status like 3 months ago, and we serve leaders of other nonprofit organizations. And our mission is to help leaders of nonprofits become more future ready at their organizations. We do that through free content and community. I'm currently at the Nonprofit Innovation Summit right now and in my hotel room. And so apologies if the Wi-Fi ends up being spotty. We also do stuff like this and go to nonprofit conferences and report back to our community of EDs, interesting things that they might want to know about.
Hello, I was invited to do training for the Florida Veterans Coalition.
Yes. Welcome.
Hello.
Okay,
Hey,
great.
Elena.
Since I think we've got everybody here now, Sam, do you mind leading the round of intros one more time for completeness sake? And just so everybody knows, we do record these mastermind meetings to share on our YouTube channel. Try to clean it up a little bit, but to share this information with the public, but you get first access and of course, live interaction by being members.
Yeah, so that's a good summary of what we have planned here today. So there are 3 organizations here. So my overall goal for these mastermind meetings is, we take like a third of the hour for each organization to go over any questions or concerns they have regarding the Google Ad Grant or anything really related to marketing for your nonprofit or any questions that I could help out with. So maybe what we can start off with, I think Greg gave his introduction for Pro Impact Project. But Greg, just because there's some new folks here, do you mind giving a small recap again? And then we can kind of go around to the other organizations and do a quick intro. Is that okay with you, Greg?
Yeah, absolutely. Greg Hareledge, founder and ED of the brand new Pro Impact Project, and we serve leaders of nonprofit organizations on a mission to help them be more future ready with free content and community.
Would Kyle or Linton, would you guys like to talk a bit about, I think, Ovis?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Linton Johnson, the founder of Ovis, and we're on a mission to end fake news by incentivizing the truth. And we're building a fact-checking team and to end fake news by incentivizing the truth. So that's what we're doing.
Wonderful. Thank you. And then, Elena, can you speak a little bit about Florida Veterans Coalition?
Hi, everyone. I'm Elena. I'm the intern for the Florida Veterans Coalition, and we have been providing resources for veterans in the Tampa Bay area for decades. So just a conduit for financial and regulatory and emotional support for veterans.
Thank you for sharing. All right, so we can get started. Any more immediate questions?
I jumped in a little bit late, but was there some discussion about a Google AI grant? Is that what I heard?
Oh, one of the things I do cover in the meeting is the Google Ad Grant. So actually, that brings up a good point of let's talk about topics we want to go over. Do you all want to go over the Google Ad Grant in particular? What topics do you guys want to cover?
I would like to hear more about that. I do believe when we signed up for Google and got the nonprofit status, they had mentioned that, but I haven't really explored it. So I'd love to hear more.
Elena and Greg, do you guys just anything like what topics do you want to cover for today?
Yeah, I'm also interested in covering the Google Ad Grant. I'm going to be looking at the Google Analytics, so I need to build up my knowledge around that.
I've got a couple of small technical Google Ad Grant questions just about my account.
Okay, no problem then. So maybe what we could start off with just for Linton and Elena is just go over basics about the Google Ad Grant, it sounds like. So I believe, Florida Veterans Coalition, you guys already have the Google Ad Grant. You just want to know more information about it. And then for Ovis, just tell me a little bit more about your situation. You guys do have the Google for Nonprofit account?
Yes, we do. We were granted that about a year and a half ago, maybe.
Okay. And then you want to apply for the Google Ad Grant?
I guess so. They had mentioned it when they gave us the 80% off or 70% off or whatever it is. So I guess we have to apply. I don't know what we have to do. I just heard about it. And so I'm really not understanding what it takes in order to execute on that.
Yeah. So Google Ad Grant, it is basically a search ad budget that's given to nonprofit organizations. Are you both familiar with what a search text ad is? Have you seen it on Google search results? Let me give you an example.
Sam, I could show my account as a sort of example of it if you were interested.
Okay, that would be helpful. Yes, I will ask you to do that. I'd also show mine as well. I wanted to show a text ad first, just show like what to a user it would look like, just so we're all on the same page. Thank you though, Greg. Here's basically what a search text ad would look like. If you can see my screen, we have our sponsored headline here, and then we have the organization's name, and then we have like image extensions. Sometimes we're able to get these, other times not really. Most of the time, a search text ad will look like this, but it'll have sponsors. So it'll have like your business logo, organization name, and then it'll be a headline, maybe 2 headlines, and then a description. But it will always say sponsored above it. So that is going to be what the Google Ad Grant provides. It's $10,000 maximum every month. That $10,000 is used for you to essentially run and manage these search text ads.
10,000 sounds like a lot, but is it?
That's a great question. So it would technically come out to $329 daily. It's a good amount of money to work with. With the ad grant, we are limited to some aspects of it. So ads on YouTube, for instance, that is technically a Google ad, like a YouTube sponsored ad. So the grant can't do that. I can't have ads set up on people's Gmail or on their Discovery. It's purely just on the search results page. That coupled with competition with paid accounts, so like organizations who don't have the grant, but they just pay out of pocket. Sometimes they might outbid us depending on, how much money they are willing to put forth. So it is a lot of money. We do get top search impressions pretty often because of our high daily spend. But I just wanted to be transparent about, it's a great asset for nonprofits, but it does take a lot of work to manage. There's a lot of experimentation. So to answer your question, it is a lot of money for us every month.
No, all that is very helpful. Thank you.
That will be the basis of the Google Ad Grant. Is there any particular questions that anyone else has right now about starting the ad grant, starting the process for it that I can be helpful with?
Yeah, if you can just walk us through how do we get the grant? What is the best practices, that type of thing would be great.
So this is really directed to the Ovis organization. What you'll end up doing, something to this extent, so Google for nonprofits to sign in. This is pretty critical here. So confirm your account. Basically, this email is going to be your primary email that you use to get into Google for nonprofits, and then also for the Google Ad Grant. Another thing I should clarify that gets confused often, people think that Google for nonprofits is the same thing as the ad grant. It's not. Google for nonprofits is just kind of like if you get an account with it and you can verify your nonprofit organization with it. And so when you get access to Google for nonprofits, you have a bunch of different tools at your disposal. So let me give you an example. This is an example of what you would see on the back end. So you have your Google for nonprofits account and you have different products. One of the products that you get is the Google Ad Grant. So that's kind of the order of operations here. You can have other things too. You can get the YouTube nonprofit program. This one, from what I understand, is like tips and training that Google provides. It also lets you put a little pop-up on your videos if you want. I don't work with this too much, to be honest, but that's what you can do. And then Google Map platform credits. The one thing I primarily utilize is the Google Ad Grant here. And this is where you would start the process. So on your end, there should be a call to action here that invites you to get started. And if you have access to a laptop, I can walk you through that process. Yeah, before I get into more details, do you have access to a laptop or a computer? Actually, when you first log in, there's a step before that where you need to verify your organization. So I guess what would help me is if you log on to Google for Nonprofits, tell me what you see.
Okay, I see that is verified.
Okay, great. And then if you go to activate products, and then second product that shows up should be the Google Ad Grant.
Yeah, it says get started.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Go ahead and start that process to get started. And basically it'll ask you to find your nonprofit, and then it will send out a notice to GoodStack. GoodStack is like a third party that verifies you as a nonprofit organization.
All right, I'll work on this. Thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem. I'm going to ask Elena, because I know, Elena, you don't have to worry about this part. I'm trying to be mindful about time. So Elena, tell me a bit more of like what will be helpful for you. Do you want to see like the dashboard and like understand how to work it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit familiar with the dashboard. I think our goal is really to just optimize the ads and the ad performance. I need to double check with Bo and Robbie about, our next steps, but I just remember we were having issues in the past with like getting certified. So now I think we're just trying to build back up from ground zero.
Okay. So this is the account I think you should have access to. It's like Florida Veterans Coalition Core 131.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So I would say so far, yeah, it looks like we're a little bit low on spend, but that's fine. We can definitely improve that. One thing that you can do pretty much immediately is go to recommendations. This is like a quick way to optimize. And there's a couple of things that we can do. So one, top recommendation, improve your responsive search ads. So one thing that's saying here, get more clicks by improving your headlines and descriptions. Do you know how to edit an ad? Like, how much about the platform are you familiar with?
I looked into it a lot earlier this year. I looked into the campaigns, the keywords. I'm pretty familiar, but that was a while ago, so I definitely need to brush up.
Yeah, I would start off with, I think going through the recommendations will be helpful. So for instance, this one, improve your responsive search ads. If you view the recommendations, it'll show you like which ones they recommend that you update. They offer recommended headlines, which is helpful. Some of it is good, some of it's not. Just make sure that you like double check that like it's relevant, because whenever Google does recommend copy for you, it's either fine or it's way off base. So just be mindful about that. But recommendations is a really quick way to improve things where you don't have to go in so deep. So I can just go like apply, which these headlines are fine. It's branded. Sometimes it'll pop up here. So while I'm improving my responsive search ads, it brought me down here to make edits to it to include more keywords. I recommend doing this for all your ads, like going back and adding this. So you can do a keyword insertion here. This is another way to optimize ads to get it up to great strength, is do the keyword insertion. So again, it's like the curly bracket and then keyword insertion. And you only need to do this once per ad. I do title case, and basically it'll automatically update your ad with the keyword itself that caused the ad to show up, which is, I find, does help improve ad performance a lot. So, in the default text, it could be just like something like that. It's in the event that the keyword insertion doesn't work, this default text will show up instead. And then you click on apply, and that typically brings it up to excellent if it's already at good. But I look at these check marks. So like we add more headlines, we got more popular keywords in our headlines, so on and so forth. So optimization in terms of ad strength is pretty important. Trying to get it to great, if not good, is pretty critical. And again, that's one little trick that you can do to push it to the next step. And then always click on apply. I'm also seeing here a couple of the ad groups don't have any ads at all. And so again, if you view the recommendations, it should take you directly there to make those edits. And it looks like some ads were disapproved because of destination issues. So the URL that they go to are no longer working. So I think like this one, floridaveterans.org/PatriotFest, that one is not a working URL. It looks like it is working. Maybe the page was shut down at one point in time, and when Google tried to send folks to this page, it was unavailable or hidden. I'm not sure what happened.
That's probably what happened. We've done a lot of maintenance on like the domains and stuff.
Got you. What you can do, looks like it works, so we can try to test it out, and that should clear it up. I don't know why it's still not changing, but you can resubmit all ads for review again. And that's a way that you can, again, do quick fixes if you want.
Okay, that's very helpful. If we, like, say we want to make a new campaign for our Patriot Fest event, would you recommend creating a new campaign, like, from scratch, or using something we already have and kind of just, like, changing things up?
I would say using what you already have and then making adjustments. So like the Patriot Fest one here, this one we made a while ago, but For me, I would do it just because it's easy to maintain things in one place, not having to redo everything again and again, because some of the copy that's in here, I think can be reused again. You need to just make some minor changes to it. Also for data history, like how the campaign had performed in the past will also influence how it's going to perform now. So just again, having that historical data is also very helpful to keep. So overall, I recommend just reusing a campaign unless you have like a brand new event, then maybe make a new campaign for it. I also recommend making a performance max campaign, which is the same process, new campaign, and then you just go through the motions, but performance max, I think that's going to be really helpful for this account too. According to Google, the Performance Max campaign and the search campaign work in tandem. So I try to duplicate whatever I have for search. I'll have the same campaign, but Performance Max type. And it's pretty similar. You just go through the same motions of creating a search campaign. The main difference between them with Performance Max, it'll ask you for assets like videos. It won't show them. I don't know why the Performance Max for the ad grant does this, but it'll ask you for longer headlines, which don't exist in a regular search campaign, and it'll ask you for video content. It'll also ask you for vertical, horizontal, and square images, which again, a typical search won't do that. It'll ask for all of this, but it won't show them. It functions purely as a search campaign, which is frustrating in a way, but it does work for us because the Performance Max campaign, although it functions as if it's a search campaign, it has a broader outreach in audience. It'll reach more people. So I recommend doing it. The risk of it may bring your click-through rate down, but you can do things like adding negative keywords to try to narrow down the audience a bit more, but it's a great way to boost your spend.
So if I go through and make these changes, could you like look at it and be like, this is good, change this, or is that not how this is working?
Yeah, no problem. I mean, if you want to like make changes like over the next week and then in our next mastermind meeting, you want to show me what you did, we can talk about it.
Okay, sounds good.
Do you have any other questions?
I think for now I'm okay.
Okay, then maybe we could move on to Greg. Greg, you had some things you wanted to cover too.
I do. So I've been fortunate to be working with Ben and Sam on a couple of months, and they helped me launch the Google Ad Grant, then use these weekly calls to tweak it. Been lucky to get a little bit of a head start, but they are amazing with helping to optimize these and using this time. Elena, the question that you were just asking, I've got some of those for today. So Sam, I know we tried to set up the email conversion as a goal, but then I was doing one of the ads and it didn't pop up. The only conversions that it auto-populated were RSVPs for the event or people joining the summit. Can we double check and make sure that it worked and is set up correctly for the kit email page? And so how do I do that? I couldn't remember.
Yeah, no problem. So in a new tab, you'll just go to Google Tag Manager. You said you want to test the conversion action, right? To make sure it's working.
It's working, and like, how do I find it for an actual ad set?
Got you. Okay, so I'll show you two places to find it. So on the summary page here, if you scroll down a little bit, there's a drop down on the very right. So that shows you the conversion action. So remember with this one, what we did last time, it's not a guaranteed subscriber
Right.
if they started the process, but that looks active.
So then if I go into, like, this is my highest performing campaign right now, although once staff day ends, it is about to not be, I presume.
I would recommend doing here. It's probably poor because you only have 3 headlines. Definitely try to fill it out and do all 15 if you can. All of it. Just fill out every single box, to be honest. For this particular ad, we don't have to do it because, yeah, DAF Day is almost done. If not already, it's done.
Yeah. So then where do I do the conversion?
You can step out of this. So here, you're going to go to segment on the right, and then conversions, and then conversion action. So now it'll show you how many conversions were done per ad.
Oh, cool. That's super helpful. So originally we had this set up where any click counted, but if I make it so that for all of my ads now, I only want to measure conversions for those three things: email subscribers, Hive, join the Hive, or RSVP for the summit, then I'll be able to just go into any ad, go to segment, conversion action, and see which thing it's converting to.
You can do that on the campaign level, on the ad group level, and on the individual ad.
Oh, that's cool. So yeah, so let's just see for all of the campaigns. So I go to blog posts, segment, and conversion action. So then where do I see it?
Yeah, so you see the names of the ad group right underneath it in black text. It'll show you like which conversion actions.
Okay, so 120 of them were viewed the blog post. So that was just a click through, but then there was one subscribe. And so then also just to make sure, so I do have it set up now. And so that subscribe to newsletter, do we know if that was through the new kit?
Yeah, it was.
Cool.
That was them starting to input their email.
Okay. And then we know that we only have ads that are currently measuring for those three conversions, right? Or do we not know that?
No, we know it.
Okay.
All of the ads.
That I don't want any of them to count view blog posts as conversions anymore.
Oh, okay, I see. Then if you want to do that, go back to goals and then conversion summary. Click on the drop down for the page view. Yeah, okay, so you want view blog post to not be optimized for.
Right.
You go to edit goal on the right hand side. Click on account default on. Uncheck that. So we're going to not make it an account default goal. So no campaigns are going to be optimizing for it. So you can save it. You can also let's say, oh yeah, of course, Elena, we'll see you next week. Sorry, Elena just dropped in chat. So let's say in the future that for a page view, let's say you want to optimize only for one page view, but not the others. Basically make this account default again, but you can pick out individual conversions to be optimized for. So you see view blog post, and you see primary. Change that to secondary. That means that Google will not spend money to people who only do those actions. Like it'll observe it, but it won't try to optimize for it.
Okay.
But
this is okay that it says you need at least one per conversion action to bid for this goal, because we don't want to bid for that goal, right?
Right. So you should be able to save it. Yeah, it should be good. So basically this whole thing, it says misconfigured because we're not assigning it to anything in particular, but
okay.
Actually, can I make a recommendation?
Please.
So I think that we should leave page views as account default just because we're not maximizing spend yet. What I do for accounts where we're not spending enough money, I will create very easy conversions. So a page view, or if they're scrolling, because that will encourage Google to spend more money. I understand you don't want the blog page view to count as a conversion because it's really not. It's just a page view, but it might still encourage Google to spend. And then once you get to 100% ad grant spend, then you can turn it off. So I would
go
say
back to
you have to go to edit goal again and fix it there. I would just say account default on. And then for the conversions themselves, 2 secondary conversion actions. If you don't mind, let's just try it on primary for a little bit longer until we start spending more. But then in the future, that will be how you would turn it off. So yeah, this right now we'll save it because we need more traction on it.
So then I created a paid Google ad account also just to do some boosting of some YouTube videos, but I wanted to make sure I didn't mess up the G4 property stuff and that the Google ad account is connected to the right GA4 property, because there's now two, like GLDMT6 something something versus GVSW51.
Okay, can you show me? So you have 2 GA4 properties made?
I think so. And again, this is something that I can't even really remember what made me make this note. What are those numbers? The G hyphen.
Yeah, I think
what is that likely to be?
Yeah, click outside of this pop-up. So this is the main website. So if you go to that search bar, try searching path analysis. So that is what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is the one that the Google ad should be connected to this. And is it?
Okay. Are you already running paid ads now?
Yes. But is the Google ad grant still connected? The Google ad grant should be connected to this, right?
Yeah.
And how do we see?
Oh, I understand. Let's go back to Google Ads, actually. And then go on the side to Tools on the left side. And then Data Manager, Connected Products. So click on Google Analytics GA4. It looks like it's already linked, but manage. Okay, so it's connected to, oh, you should actually link it. So you see GA4 properties available to link. Go ahead and link that. This is all on. Go ahead and link. Yeah, and the community site, that's not active, right? Like no ads go there, correct? No. So we can just leave that alone. Okay, so now we do have, yeah, Pro Impact website on and on. Okay. And then do you want to show me your paid ads account so we could do it there as well?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, actually go back to analytics and then we'll make sure it's both ways. It should be connected on analytics too.
So how do we see on here that it's connected to the GA4 property that ends with BDVM?
Go to Pro Impact website on the left column and then click on the drop down. Does that tell you? No, go ahead and click on manage again. It doesn't give the measurement ID, but it does give the property ID 4955, which is what we know. First off, let's try to find that measurement ID that you were talking about. Go back to analytics. So click on measurement again on the search bar. So DVM, this is the one that you're talking about? Yeah, so it's connected on Google Ads. Can you go actually to under property settings on the left side, scroll down, product links, and then Google Ad links? Why are there two account IDs? Are these both the Google Ad accounts? Like one's the grant and one is your paid account? Sometimes what people do before they get the Google Ad grant, they make their own by accident and they do it before Google sends them an invitation. That might have been what, but it's just here though, which I don't understand.
No, this 502 one, this is my paid one. The Google Ad one is 741.
Let's go back to analytics and let's click on link, the blue button, and then choose Google Ads account. Oh, wait, here it is, 741. Why can't you confirm it? Can you click on the blue link next to it? It's already
been linked.
That's strange. I wonder why it's not showing up then. Can you exit this? Yeah. Oh.
There it is. Date linked October 2nd. So we just linked it.
I guess so. Oh, let's actually update these roles and data restrictions here. So your administrator for your Google Ad grant, let's give them admin because that should be you. I think you're the admin on that account. So under default roles, you see roles and data restrictions here. So on where you see editor, click on the arrow in that same line and then give admin access. Yeah, you should have full control over the property because you should be the admin.
So it was called administrator, but it did not have administrator.
I know, and that's the default. You are admin on your ad grant account, right? You can check by going to your ad grant account, click out of here, and then go to admin on the corner, access and security. I just want to make sure that you are admin here. Okay, you are. Okay, perfect, yeah.
So the Google Ad is now linked to the GA4 property that ends with BDVM, or do we need to confirm that somehow on Google Ad?
It's already confirmed. We can definitely make sure on Google Tag Manager that it's linked to. Yeah, let's go to Pro Impact, and then we should have a GA4. Let's go to tags on the left. Okay, we do. Yeah, we do have a GA4 configuration. Can you click on the GA4 configuration pip website? Click on that. Okay, yeah. Yes, we do.
Okay. The PIP website, which is definitely the current website, right? Is everybody to test that, or we're pretty confident in that?
You don't need to attest it. In fact, if you want to double check, go to your analytics and you should be able to see data coming in from Google Ads. So if you go to the left side and go to reports and then generate leads, user acquisition, and then if you scroll down, okay, we have paid search, which is going to be ads, and then cross network is also, it's the Performance Max campaigns.
Okay.
So yeah, it is getting information from Google Ads, yeah.
Great. Those are my two questions. And so then I'm working on a couple of lead magnets. I've been working on them for a while, and they're going to have their own kit form that then auto sends the lead magnets. Hopefully by next week. I'll try to figure it out on my own, but if not, I'll need to set it up so that we're tracking conversions, not just to the one subscriber bar, but conversions to each lead magnet form. Each one will have its own separate form. So let's see. If I were to create an inline form, what do I need to do to set this up as its own distinct conversion goal?
Yeah, what would be helpful? I saw that in settings, instead of a success message, you can send them to a page. So you can make a custom thank you page for each lead magnet with a different page path, and that we can track. I think we should track both, honestly. That's a good way to see if people drop off. So we can check like on the page itself, like do people start the process? And then two, how many times does that thank you page load? So we can kind of see like, are a lot of people starting it but not finishing it? And if so, why?
Okay.
So I
Okay.
recommend doing both.
Okay, we can just get into it next week then.
Okay.
Do we have a couple of minutes to try to do that now or no?
Well, I'll check in. I think Kyle is left. Kyle, do you have any last minute questions I can help out with regarding Ovis?
No, I think because we're just getting started and right now Greg is leagues ahead of us, we need to interact with the platform a little bit more before we can bring forth some fruitful questions to ask.
For sure. And for next week, if you guys have questions still regarding like even the early stages of the application, I'm happy to help. I do it for other clients too, right? I do it for them. You know what I mean? So I can help out.
That would be wonderful. Thank you.
And
Yeah.
I was there like a month ago. So totally get it. A lot of the stuff I still check my notes and I get wrong and Sam corrects me every week. And I've recorded it and I've taken notes, but still like when I go to do it myself, like I do it right 50% of the time maybe. And still most of it seems like gobbledygook to me where I'm like, I don't know what most of the drop downs are, but at least I know like where to find the things that I most need out of all of this maze of stuff to try to at least do some helpful stuff. Okay. Well, cool. Thanks, Sam. Kyle, it was nice meeting you. And
Pleasure is all mine, Greg. Thanks, Sam.
Of course. No problem. We'll see you guys next week then.
Have a good week.
All right. Have a good week.
It was nice
Take care,
meeting
all.
you.